General versus the President. It's about General Douglas MacArthur and Harry Truman. The person who wrote it is H.W. Brand. I gotta tell you, this book is very good. Here, I'll even show you what a page looks like.
Wow, a lot of words in there, huh?
Yeah, I even wrote a summary. Here, I'll read it to you. The General versus the President by Ryan R. The General versus the President is basically a book about the Korean War and decisions made. In the beginning of the book, it's all about the background of General Douglas MacArthur and Harry Truman. Then a little later in the book, suddenly, North Korea attacks South Korea. There was controversy on whether to send American ground troops to Korea. President Harry Truman was very conservative, but Douglas MacArthur wanted them. There was question on who supplied the North Koreans, China or the Soviet Union. Later, President Harry Truman decided to send ground troops to Korea because South Korea was losing. After some time, the North Koreans got Incheon. Then after some time later, Kunsan. It looked horrible for America and South Korea. Then Douglas MacArthur had an idea that changed the war completely. Douglas MacArthur's idea was to take Incheon. He knew that they did not protect Incheon very well, so he planned to cut off the supply chain by taking Incheon, and that meant that anybody south of Incheon would starve or die. Before MacArthur was about to pull off his plan, a letter from the Joint Chief of Staff told him about their doubts and suggested that the plan be abandoned. Douglas MacArthur wrote them back and told them he was sure it would work. Then Douglas MacArthur started his plan. Before the attack, he attacked on boat Kunsan to throw him off. After some action, the plan worked. Everyone was happy after that and thought the war was over. After that, President Harry Truman wanted to meet Douglas MacArthur. They had never met in person. They decided on Wake Island. President Harry Truman suggested another place, but Douglas MacArthur wanted Wake Island because it was closer to Korea. The meeting went well. After that, Douglas MacArthur went back to Korea. Eventually, the 8th Army, the army that did well and was not destroyed, came to the border. Many reporters asked President Harry Truman if Douglas MacArthur could cross the 38th parallel. Harry Truman dodged these questions until finally he decided yes. Then something strange happened. A letter from the Chinese communists said if they tried to enter North Korea, they would join the war. Earlier at Wake Island, Douglas MacArthur told Harry Truman that it was almost certain China or the Soviet Union would not enter the war. Harry Truman thought the Chinese were bluffing and put the troops in North Korea. But then something unexpectedly happened. China entered the war. The American forces retreated. Eventually, America held their ground. President Harry Truman was not happy with Douglas MacArthur. Congress had many meetings on what to do, but decided on one, to fire Douglas MacArthur. Then Harry Truman did it. They handed his positions to Matthew Ridgway. Supporters of MacArthur disliked him for that, but eventually they got along with it. Thank you.
Great job, Ryan.